This project is going to be painted so I can use plywood for the majority of my components. Now I've already taken the time to make a 3D model of this project, as well as a cut list and layout diagram for all of my pieces. That means my shop time here should be pretty efficient, no guessing. Now all of my materials are laid out ready to go. This is the plywood for the shelves and case components, plywood for the back panel, solid wood for the front face frame and top piece, and then some primed molding for the top and bottom. I'm going to get started by making the actual case. These two pieces are the sides, and in order for the back panel to sit inside them and not have visual end grain of the plywood showing from the sides, I need to cut a rabbet on both of these. And in order to do so, I'm going to make the vertical cut first. And that way, once I make the horizontal cut, just 2 cuts to make a rabbet on the table saw, at that point the fence is already set for the exact width of the hidden top and bottom, and also the vertical divider in the middle. You're never going to see the top of the top piece and bottom of the bottom piece for the plywood case. So for these 4 connections where they attach to the sides, I am using pocket hole screws, and I've already drilled them and have them ready to go. This is the top piece attached to one of the sides, and I just have it clamped in place to hold it. And the center vertical divider that will be perfectly centered, I can use it as a spacer to determine the exact location of the bottom panel. Now I've already put glue on this joint, so I can just clamp it in place and start assembly. Because you will see both sides of the vertical centerpiece, I don't want to use pocket hole screws for that, and instead I'll just screw through the top of the top piece and the bottom of the bottom piece. Like I said, you'll never see those surfaces, so I won't worry about patching those holes. All of the face frame pieces are made out of poplar, and I'll cut all of them to their final width at the table saw, and then cut to their final length at the miter saw station. Now all of these dimensions already predetermined on my layout diagram, and I am building off of it, so I shouldn't have any discrepancies as far as what I've already established with the case. However, anytime you are trying to match a part to a project, it's always best to measure off of that project rather than your written notes. On the bottom edge of the top piece, I did put a 1/2 inch round over with the router, and that kind of flows well with the cove molding below it. The bottom is just some regular baseboard, and anytime you are painting something like this, you don't necessarily have to be absolutely pristine and perfect with the miters, because as long as the front edge is touching, that's pretty much all you need. Paint will cover everything else. Paint hides a lot of the little imperfections, so don't stress out over the little things, such as like a crack in the wood, or in this case, I made a mistake with the cove molding on the miter saw. I lifted the blade while the blade was still spinning, and it chipped out a large piece. That's okay, because I can super glue that large piece back in place, sand it smooth, paint over it, and nobody will ever know. If this was a stain project or a project where the wood is going to be exposed when it's all said and done, those type of details you need to take a little bit more consideration with and be a little bit more precise. But paint will hide all kinds of imperfections. Just still make sure you make a quality product underneath the paint. I contemplated using a fixed shelf system versus an adjustable pin shelf system on this bookcase, and after thinking about every other project that I've ever made with an adjustable pin shelf system, I don't think I've ever adjusted them. I just get them to the height that I want them, and that's it. So I'm not going to go through that hassle on this. Instead, I've already cut all of my plywood pieces for the shelves and drilled 2 pocket holes on each side. And because every bit of the completed bookcase will be below eye level, I can get away with putting the pocket holes on the bottom side of every one of these shelves and then attach it from the inside out with the screws, rather than having a big hole on the outside for screws that I need to patch. But before I install the shelves, I do want to cover up the edge of the plywood, and for that I'm just going to use some more solid wood and just brad nail and glue these in place. I attached the back panel with just screws, no glue, no nails, and that's because I want to be able to remove this when I do the painting. And the finishing process is going to be just as boring as it always is. It's going to be a lot of sanding and then a primer coat. Then I will fill all the nail holes and any imperfections, sand all that down, and then finally do a top coat of, I think it's satin latex white paint. This is the 4th bookcase that I've made for the house and the 3rd different design. And if you want to see videos for the first 2 designs, then check out the video links in the description below. And if you want more information on this exact bookcase, then check out the build article down below. If this is your first time here and you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. And also, if you want more information on kind of behind the scenes stuff, then subscribe to my 2nd channel. I post weekly updates and, behind the scenes vlog type videos over there, if that's what you're interested in as well. Thanks for watching. You guys take care and have a great day.